Hey everybody, this is Avery of Melalogic, and I'm here to update you on what happened last week with Melalogic. Excuse me. Woo! Drink that water. And today is Sunday, April 9th, 2022, and I'm here to bring you highlights, lowlights. I have an ask of you, and then also I want to share with you the biggest rejection that I ever experienced professionally. And first, let me introduce myself again and tell you a little bit about me and why we're even doing any of this. So again, my name is Avery Smith, and I am the founder of Melalogic, and I'm also a widower who's lost his wife to skin cancer. And I have 20 years of software engineering experience. Being at the junction of caregiving, software engineering, and also having black skin equips us at Melalogic with the insights needed in order to improve black skin health outcomes. We believe that black skin is worthy of full attention, and therefore there should be platforms that communicate exactly how to care for this type of skin that vitalize this demographic's lives to have a full human existence. And so yeah, let's get right into some of these updates. Now, in case you're not aware, Melalogic is excuse me. Man, what's going on? I need some more water. In case you're not aware, Melalogic is a member of cohort 8 of the Conscious Venture Lab. The Conscious Venture Lab is an accelerator program that is focused on conscious capitalism. And conscious capitalism is a form of capitalism that values not only the financial gains that occur from the business, but also the experience of the customers, employees, value created for the community at large, for suppliers, for vendors, for the environment, so on and so forth. If you can provide wins across these different areas of shareholders that have interest in the success of your business or the existence of your business, then you are more than likely are able to prove the thesis of the Conscious Venture Lab. So anyway, it's a 16-week program, and we're going into our 10th week. We'll have 6 weeks to go after this week. And last week we focused on our pitch decks. Now, pitch decks are something that startup companies utilize in order to communicate the vision of their company and the value proposition and the opportunity and what's at stake, what they're doing and why they're even doing it, and how you can get involved and the benefits that you can gain from getting involved. Anyway, we worked on our pitch deck last week, and let me show you just quickly how far we have come along. So what I have here is the previous pitch deck that we had coming into the Conscious Venture Lab. It was in Google Slides, and we had about 20 pages. And admittedly, I had no formal pitch deck training. I was able to put things together just through my years of experience working on businesses. And so coming into the Conscious Venture Lab, I decided to move away from Google Slides and start using Canva. This is all through their training. And through Canva, and through the training that I received from the Conscious Venture Lab, I was able to cut my slide deck down from 20 slides to 9 slides. And we're focused on the 9 key areas of information: the intro, problem, solution, the competition, our business model, traction, the team, a big reveal, and then also our ask. And so if you're interested in getting in touch with that and you want to see that pitch deck, and you want to know what the Melalogic opportunity is via the pitch deck, then feel free to get in touch with me and I'll be able to get you connected. Next, we had we were introduced to a group that actually wants us to pitch, so that's really cool. We'll be pitching to a group called the Health Tech Alley. Health Tech Alley is a program that focuses on career development and advancement and improving and modernizing the skills of medical practitioners throughout the United States. And we'll be pitching the Melalogic unique selling proposition to a group of medical practitioners based out of Los Angeles County. So in California. Now we're going to be doing this virtually, and this is scheduled for Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western time, or Pacific time. So looking forward to that and gleaning information off of from that experience and seeing what may come. Next up, we had some media coverage last week by a platform called It's Bigger Than Business. It's Bigger Than Business podcast that's put on by the owner of Collaborate and Elevate, one of the founders of that, and his name is Manny Larcher. I'm not sure if he's a sole founder or co-founder, but he is behind Collaborate and Elevate, and also the It's Bigger Than Business podcast. His name is Manny Larcher, and we met in October of 2021 at the Black Men Talk Tech Conference in Miami, Florida. So him and I got to talking. We stayed in touch, and so this podcast interview that occurred, it will just share a little bit more about me and my background and how I even got into all of this. So definitely update you. I'll update you when that comes out. And then next up is we have a low light. And so the low light in which that I wanted to point out is last week with our financial projections waypoint that we talked about, we were not able to complete it last week like I wanted to. But we do have a plan in order to complete it this week. That's the goal. And so we're working with the Conscious Venture Lab to be introduced to a finance mentor that can specifically help us articulate our sales revenue forecast so we can plug that into the rest of our financial projections. And once we do that, we believe that we'll be able to satisfy the financial projections waypoint within the Conscious Venture Lab accelerator program. So next up, we have an ask, and I'm here to ask you, who do you know? Melalogic is expanding a team. So we are looking for a chief operating officer, a chief financial officer, and then also a chief medical officer. So a COO, a CFO, and then a CMO, a chief medical officer with a specialty in dermatology. And so the goal is to be able to locate people who would be interested in fulfilling these roles. And one of the key things is that they have to be interested in advancing the Melalogic vision. So in particularly with the dermatologists, they would have to have a focus and an interest on improving Black skin health. And so if anybody comes to mind that feel free to make the introduction. We would greatly appreciate it. And then lastly, I want to leave you with the biggest rejection that I experienced in my life. And that rejection is found in this letter. Oh, here it is. This letter here. And this is a letter that I received from the first place that I applied to from my after I graduated college. It's an ad agency, and here it was a tough experience that I had because that was the only thing that I was looking forward to doing after I graduated. I just knew that I get it. I graduated at the top of my class. I got the department award in graphic design in my art department. I just knew that I was going to be on to this internship and life was going to be good. And then they rejected me. And here's what I learned from that rejection. And the lesson is this. Had it not been for me being rejected by the ad agency, I would not have gone to American Public University and become as advanced in software development as I am today. And while mass consumerism is waning, causing the advertising industry to shrink, software is eating the world, as they say. To sum it all up, rejection is protection. Disappointment is a natural result of rejection, but one of the great things about rejection is that it helps you to define your path by eliminating a perceived option that was never one in the first place. So I want to thank you all for listening, and please check out melalogic.com and share it with your loved ones.